It is time now for the Peter Channel Sun Off News and it's late Monday night, January 25th, 2016. And just before the Peter Channel starts off tonight, some of the late night news headlines at 11 hour and it's late Monday night, January 25th, 2016. I'm Peter Wiggins, news headlines there. Top story at 11 o'clock. Here is a Houston grand jury investigating criminal allegations against Planned Parenthood stemming from a series of undercover videos on Monday instead of the two other anti-abortion activists who shot the footage. Des Moines, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was challenged about her honesty and her unexpected struggles in the primary during the CNN standoff for Democratic candidates on Monday. President Obama on Monday announced a ban on solitary confinement for juvenile offenders in the federal prison system, saying the practice is overused and it has a potential for devastating psychological consequences. The water scandal in Flint, Michigan has been many of the ingredients for a mass class action lawsuit, danger signs that may have been unknown many thousands of potential victims that possibly have lifelong health problems. Senator Ted Cruz has landed a fairly major endorsement. Fellow Texan and former Lone Star State Governor Rick Perry and his endorsement Cruz according to Politico. After over a decade of teaching in the United States, Professor Khaled Fahmy arrived in Cairo a few months before the Egyptian Revolution. Swedish human rights activist Peter Dahl has been released from detention in China and apparently deported down 35 aboard of the flight from Beijing to the Stockholm on Monday. The Guardian reports 1 week after the appearance on Chinese television given. The U.S. government has, for the first time, directly accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of corruption. The BBC reported a review of the BBC program Panorama. French security forces got Flotar afternoon of 13 terror attacks as EU police warned of more Islamic State attempts at large-scale attacks. Pakistan's powerful Army Chief General Raif Shaver has stunned his supporters and critics when Monday's anticipated announcement that he would not seek an extension for the job when the duration of service expires in November. Misdemeanor assault charge was filed Monday against a University of Missouri assistant professor who received nationwide attention when she called for some muscle-up move a student journalist from a campus protest in November. As a search of a trio of escaped Orange County inmate senators Thursday, law enforcement officials called on local inmate community to hunt after an investigator said he believes the case may hunker down the area. Phoenix, some members of the CP protested outside a suburban Phoenix school Monday after a photo of students spilling on a racial slur t-shirt stood up on social media last week. Des Moines, Ted Cruz, who has 7 shot, but his Iowa proven favorite in early January with a intimidating show of force, is selling the end stage 1 week before the caucus has rival Republican pummel him in opposition to his. Wall Street sold off on Monday, pulling in the lower by the further weakness in oil prices. Energy shares led to declines when the major indexes retreated in the last week in strong gains. In Tokyo, Asia shares looked steady retreated and oil prices resumed their descent after investors used rebounds. It's no secret that McDonald's has been struggling at the time when speculation is increasingly important in the food business. The brand is up to the breath every on the move. Hamburger, salads, yogurt parfaits, and fancy chickens. Stephen Strait, a CEO president prepared debit card from Green Dot Company, is facing a call from San Francisco hedge fund Harvest Capital stepped down. Researchers on Columbia University Durham Institute have discovered a something unusual in the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. They have found that tiny macros known as plankton are found in the natural oil, cushion oil from the Gulf. This week, that's week about one of the most ambitious projects close to a plan. Work was finished assembling the huge moon of the James Webb Space Telescope on $8 billion is considered a famous Hubble telescope. We've had crowdsourcing from people and the public and everything from news and news minutes now. The people on top of the news de facto title, climate change scientists. The Congress lab at the University of Nebraska campus includes steel shavings and particles that conduct electricity helping to melt ice and so. San Salvador, when in human history it has an event become so alarming that the nation feels compelled to urge people to not have children for 2 years. Overweight obese kids are becoming more common in fact low and middle income countries in Asia and Africa are overweight. Health insurers, Century Company Research said on Monday's missing the 6 hours rise containing personal and health information about 950,000 people. Peter Channel News, I'm a level 5 on the Slate Monday night. Here it's 10 after 8. It's time now for Trevor reporting this late Monday night here. Starting off, down here where 1 million in the eastbound side. A little slow in Jamestown before you hit the Newport Bridge here. Towards Newport here. $2.90 in the eastbound side. A little slow for 146 to Route 9 in Worcester here. It's smooth sailing now as always. Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts here. Up in Vermont and New Hampshire is looking good, except up on 189 here. On the eastbound side, a little slow from Route 7 to Route 89 in South Burlington here. Highways in New Hampshire and Maine are looking very good here. Okay, looking at MBTA alerts here on this late Monday night here. Red Line Bridge and minor stop mileage due to earlier Longfellow Bridge track work. Commuter rail and the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Channel News Time is now 11:06 p.m. here on this late Monday night here, and it is time now for a weather report here. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this here. For tonight, forecast got a low about 21 degrees, lots of wind. Today, slight chance of showers after 4 p.m. Princess got about 48 degrees, and southwest about 5 to 14 miles an hour. Gust size 31 miles an hour. Anticipation 20%. Tuesday, chance of showers building before 2 a.m. Clouds got about 35 degrees, and southwest about 8 to 13 miles per gust size 25 miles an hour. Anticipation 50%. New Brisbane around less than 10 inches possible. For Wednesday, most clouds got about 41 degrees, west about 5 to 8 miles an hour. Wednesday, most clouds got low about 19 degrees, and northwest about 6 miles coming after midnight here. Thursday, most clouds got about 37 degrees. Thursday, chance of snow showers after 11 p.m. Mixed rain after midnight. Most clouds got about 27 degrees, and anticipation 40%. Friday, chance of snow showers before 4 p.m. Most clouds got about 37 degrees, and anticipation 50%. Friday night, most clouds got about 25 degrees. Saturday, most clouds got about 39 about 27 degrees. Sunday, most clouds got about 45 to about 31 degrees. And for Monday, chance of showers got about 44 degrees, anticipation 30%. Currently in the north here, it is 22 degrees with good skies. Give it a day, I'm set, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Sign Up News. It's late Monday night, January 25th, 2016. Peter Woods, hope you have a good night with a good bye today. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more important. Good night. And now the time now. It's 8 minutes after 11 o'clock, and the Peter Channel will be signing off tonight. So now, this is Peter Woods, hope you have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good night. As we turn out the lights and